This one got the internet going nuts right now. Lefty Gunplay.
Nah,
Lefty Gunplay. I want to play this clip for anybody who didn't see it. Now, we from LA, so it's it's a lot of racist shit between black and Hispanics on the West Coast. Now, everywhere else in the world, black and Hispanic typically get along. Like if you just go 8 hours up north to the Bay, they
Yep.
lock in together. The Mexicans out there talk black, act black. I was locked up with the Northerners. They just like
Everybody do.
niggas. Like they cool. They like what y'all beef. Same with New York. They fuck with the Mexicans and the blacks out there. They together.
Puerto Ricans and shit.
Even in some spots in LA, it's not really racist. It'd be more some gangbang shit. But here in Long Beach, it's all race. Like the Mexicans out here, they don't care if you gangbang. They don't even give a fuck if you a kid or a woman or anything. Like the first time I ever encountered that type of energy, I was in what was I in? I might have been like I always seen it. Like we always had rumbles with him and shit in elementary and middle school. But I mean, like your life really on the line. I probably was like ninth grade, summer school, walking home. A van pull up, like 4 longos in there. Nigga, I'm at the light. They big ass shotgun. Nigga, I'm in the ninth grade thinking I'm finna die right there. Just because I'm black. They like, oh, it's a mayate. We should kill you, but whatever they said in Spanish and drove off type shit. So that was the first time I had that type of encounter. Like, damn, it's real out here. Like, what the fuck? So yeah. But let me get back to the Lefty Gunplay shit for the people who didn't
That's
see
real
it.
shit, man.
I'm just giving you a little background of how serious it is between the Mexicans and the blacks out here with the racist shit.
No facts.
The shit go deep. All right, here we go.
Let my daughter come home with a black dude. I'm not gonna come home, or I'm not gonna let my daughter
Play from the beginning.
come home with a black dude. It's crazy, dog. Like race is a big thing. Like honestly, me myself personally, I'm not gonna come home or I'm not gonna let my daughter come home with a black dude. I'm gonna be like,
That
what
nigga next to him look a little black too. I'm like, that nigga mixed
Oh
with
God,
something.
he
here
fixed.
Like, come on, bro.
for my people? And like, I'm sure if a black girl came home and with a straight SA dude, they're gonna be like, what the you know what I'm saying? In LA, it's like that. You know what I'm saying? For me to go and have a baby with a black girl, and and I've never been with a black girl, but I've flirted with black girls. And shout out to the black, there's some beautiful black girls, but it's different. And just LA makes you like that, and you can't sugarcoat it and beat around the bush. I don't say the N word in none of my songs. You will never find a Lefty Gunplay song where I'm saying the N word. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Munchie B and Mariah and them in their podcast, man.
That's all right. Yeah, that's basically the gist of it. So he's saying if his daughter brought home somebody black, he would be looking like, what the fuck? Like, what's wrong with you? What you doing? Like, we don't do that. How y'all feel about it? Because the internet is saying, oh, you racist. And how could you say that when you a rapper and
Mhm.
that's black culture? So you love our culture, you dress like us, you
Mhm.
rapping like us, you partaking in our culture, but our culture's not good enough for your daughter to get in a relationship with. I got my own opinions on it, but I'm gonna let y'all kick it off.
Shit.
He might be racist, but it ain't nothing we ain't never heard before. If you in LA, right? I think that's something that we've heard before on both sides of the coin. Um, I think it's crazy though that, and I wonder how far bro is going to go, being in this hip hop space, and not saying shit like that. Is very interesting. But what I'll say is it's something that we've all heard before. Like it's nothing new. Um, and I'm not surprised at all. I don't know if y'all are. Like, show how you feel about it, because I ain't really like.
So to kind of touch on what CG said, growing up in LA, South Central, I've had issues with like the 38s. I've had issues with the BMF. Hell, I even had issues where F-13s was when they was going at it with the East Coasters. And once upon a time, they was on some NK shit. And being on the east side over there, it was bad. It was bad. Like blacks and Mexicans, it was bad because a lot of us we grew up together. But it's like that middle school, high school way. That's when it got. That's where at that point it just kind of we just stopped fucking with them. We stopped fucking. They stopped fucking with us. Especially you have a few of the homies that's on the brown side. Like y'all be cool when ain't nobody else around. But once everybody family in the group got around, y'all kind of have to just all right, bro. I'm gonna holler at you. Y'all just kind of give each other a respectful pass. But to touch on what Lefty said, what Lefty is doing is just speaking the truth. Um, Unfortunately, a lot of people don't want to hear it because we're so pro unity and pro unite everything. But honestly, out here in the city, that's just really what it is. I'm not racist towards Mexicans like that. no hatred towards them, but it's more so like a reactive thing. If whatever energy they on, of course I'm gonna project it back. It's whatever. But I've never had that experience of me wanting to be with a Mexican girl and be with her family because I already know off tops what's this mayate doing? What you doing with it? I already knew what was going,
Oh God.
be. Of course a nigga fuck with him on a low or talk to him, whatever the case may be, but I knew I could never take it serious because again, bro, what I experienced growing up and I know how they family get down and I already know what they think of us, bro.
Right.
I wouldn't even subject myself to it. Now, us on the black end, I do feel like black people were so open to accept everybody else. Sometimes it's kind of sad, but I feel like blacks will accept more of a Mexican coming into the family than a Mexican family will accept a black going in. I understand that's how we get down, unfortunately. But if my niece was to come home or one of my relatives to come home with a Mexican, like an essay, I for sure would be like, what's going on? But if it was just like a square, you know what I'm saying, just an upstanding citizen, I don't think I would really press the issue like that. But if it was like an essay for sure, it'd definitely kind of like raise some eyebrows in the household off tops.
I think that's the part that he left out, and I understand that, and that's why I'm like, he kind of spoke from, I feel like, a gang perspective more so, because what you said is kind of how I feel like people will react. If it's a square dude, you might not trip that much. If it's an essay that comes to the crib, you might be a little bit more apprehensive.
I mean, yeah, because I mean, we all know what the politics is, and once you go to jail,
he just said black. Period. Though he didn't really.
So that's what I was gonna say too. Is that
square.
like
I don't think he was really caring if it was square or not. He was just like, we Mexican. It ain't really no blacks where we even at. Because I think he in the SGV, but that's basically what he was saying. Like, if you was to come home with somebody black, he would be like, "What the fuck? Like, what you mean?"
Yeah.
But my take on it, I don't think he said nothing wrong because I feel the same way. It's like you want your daughter to bring home somebody that look like you, somebody look like yourself, somebody that looks like her. You feel me? As far as y'all people, somebody that y'all can identify with. You want to keep your bloodline pure. I talk about this shit all the time. It's cool to like date interracially, but for the most part, when you having kids, you want to keep your bloodline pure. I mean, look at Drake, for example. His dad, in 2 generations, if you look at Drake's dad and you look at his grandkid, they don't even look related. Like his grandkid looks white. So imagine you, a Hispanic, and he's like an essay, and your grandkid come out looking like me or short. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no like, what the fuck? Like, nah, bro. Like, you got to keep your bloodline pure. So I don't necessarily think he was really on some super racist shit. It just is more like, I'm proud of my people shit, and it's just what it is. Even though the racist shit does exist between the black and the Mexicans out here, specifically, like I said, in Long Beach, it's way worse than it is in LA. Like Short was saying, like back in 05, I remember they put the green light on niggas.
Yeah, with the white tee. No, and niggas weren't white.
Any nigga in the white tee, you out of here. And oh God, nigga, we wore white tees every day ever since then. Like, what? Oh, it's up. Like, you could probably look up the news article, nigga. We had the riot at Jordan High School 05. And when I say that was the most amount of Mexicans I ever seen in my life, I didn't even know that many Mexicans existed out here.
Hey,
if you know Jordan High School, nigga, Atlantic, from Artesian Atlantic to Jordan High School, it was like, nigga, Moses parting the Red Sea, but it was all Mexicans, nigga. I'm talking about the uncles coming up there. We up there fighting grown-ass men. We kids. So that's how deep that shit go. They calling their dads up there. They like, fuck these mayates. Like, bro, it get real. They shoot.
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
fuck. So I get what he's saying.
No, and I feel like that's the part that people in the comments like, oh, this dude is racist. But it's like people who are on the outside of LA. When you think of LA, you think of, Hollywood or palm trees and actors and shit. I don't think people think of what we kind of have experienced within LA when it comes to gang politics. And I think in other places, there's not that many people that I feel like have regurgitated the gang politics within their families and neighborhoods to the extent that we have in California and Los Angeles, Long Beach, is a place like that, where it's so heavy out here because a lot of us have been incarcerated that live in these cities, unfortunately. And then we do have those politics that we regurgitate to kids, and then they take it outside and do the same thing. So I feel like people on the outside looking in.
LA's a gang culture, bro. LA's a gang culture. We're gang culture. Yeah, ain't no getting away from any major section of the city, whether it's Long Beach, Inglewood, Watts, Compton, Linwood, downtown LA. It's gang central. It don't matter where you at. It's gangs everywhere. And so Unfortunately, Mexicans outnumber blacks like a motherfucker because their country's like right down the street. You get what I'm saying? They got a whole country right down the street. You get what I'm saying? They got a whole country.
Mexico. They just took it and put a fence up. But like you were saying though, like if you catch a Hispanic woman by herself, 9 times out of 10, she'll rock with you. But if you try to talk to them in front of their people, they're gonna look at you like you got shit on their face. They're not fucking with you. Or let's just say, even if they is, like when we was in high school, they'd be like, "Yeah, we cool, but I gotta come to your house." Like my uncles, they all fucking black. Like you could never go to their house. They peoples could never find
late night creep shit. It got to be late night creep shit.
You gotta go to the movies across town. You can't get caught over here where they people be at. Like it just is too much politics to have to try to make
fight for that. Yep.
Especially if her whole family gangbang, they all essays like Lefty is. You feel me? Just imagine you from a black gang over here. That shit not working, bro. That's just like if my daughter was to come home with an essay. I'd be like, what the fuck wrong with you? Like, you tweaking. Like, no, like I ain't no racist shit, but like, come on, that's not finna work. Just the politics of how I know their elders and their family feel. That's not gonna work. You're not finna be calling my grandbaby and my ate and all that shit.
Like, because you already know as soon as he get mad, that black bitch go come out. As soon as he get.
But like you said, I never ever heard a black mother or father say, "Hey, don't bring a Mexican home. Don't bring a white girl home." Like, our mom be open to whoever the fuck we bring home. They just want to make sure if the little bitch a hoe or not. That's all. Granny be like, "Hey, she fast." So your mom be like, "Hey, that little girl fast." But they'll never be like, "Oh, she Mexican." But the Hispanics, they will say, "Don't bring a mayate home." So that's the difference. Like Short said, we way more accepting.
Yeah.
No, facts. We for sure are. And that's just due to us having to be. We haven't really had the choice to be closed off and only, with us, I feel like for the most part. So we got to intermingle almost to some point, or at least that's the way we feel because of, just things that have transpired.
Let me ask y'all this. Should he be more accepting of it, seeing as he's profiting off of black culture, right? We're literally blowing him up. I don't see the Hispanics blowing Lefty Gunplay up. He's blowing up because he's an Hispanic who could rap, and he's been on all the biggest black podcasts, mingling with the black gangbangers, which is like, oh shit, we got an essay on a black podcast with a bunch of black gangbangers, and he's talking black, he's acting black, but he still got his essay ways, but he fuck with niggas though. Should he be more accepting of it?
I think so. And I don't understand why not. I mean, at this point, bro, I get it to a certain degree, but it's like, it's 2024. I mean, I think that.
But you mixed reality, though. So you coming from like a mixed breed mindset though.
But I'm also saying, I think in reality, if bro came home or his daughter brought somebody home that she really fucked with, he might do something to him or might not. But I think at the end of the day, he might accept him because it's his daughter's boyfriend. If he really loves his daughter, he probably gonna rock with it eventually, even if you don't want to. If dudes stick around that long, that's what I'm saying. I feel like he just talking to talk. Me personally,
he was in prison for a little cool minute too. So we definitely don't function in prison, county, nothing
at all. But you can't
talk on the same phone. You can't sit at the same tables. You can't spread. You can't share food, trade, gamble, nothing. So it's like we can't talk at all. If it's anything that need to be said, you got to go to their rep. You feel me? And they got to do it that way. So he's coming home with still that mindset as well engraved in him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't see it working. I wouldn't want to date a bitch whose dad was like that. Like, I might got to shoot.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy. I wouldn't date nobody I wouldn't date no girl that her dad was a gang, like a Mexican essay or whatever, because then you're gonna run into some type of problems for sure. But I feel like he gonna have to accept it if she brings something home, or otherwise he gonna break that relationship forever. One or the other. If that transpires. And in today's time, y'all see what it is. So it's like I think it's not a matter of if but when. So that's how I look at it.
So you think he coming home with a black grandbaby?
Yeah.
Damn. He's speaking that to existence.
Hey,
we all know it's black men, right? We all know it's black men that they fuck with us. And they fuck with us even more now than ever. So I'm just saying, like, all the shit that I feel like he's saying is cool, but 9 times out of 10, they finna fuck with niggas.
And what's fucked up is the ones who be dead set on like, yeah, don't bring such and such home. What the daughter always
all
wanted
get-
to bring
He
that
love
home.
niggas.
Oh God,
Hey,
like
CG, they bring
the
home niggas like
like,
you.
don't bring
The
no
darkest
niggas,
in the
man.
dark. They gonna bring home the darkest in the dark.
Oh God, they're gonna bring home the villain, nigga. What you mean?
They gonna bring home the darkest in the dark.
No, that's fact. But like I said, I don't think he said nothing wrong. I just think as black people, we're so sensitive to anything involving any mention of our race that any other race who even says the word black, we gonna call racism. You know what I'm saying? Instead of really listening to what he's saying, I'm not mad at nobody who wants to keep their bloodline pure because I feel the same fucking way. So hey, shout out Lefty Gunplay.
Shout out Lefty Gunplay.